Hi, welcome to Christy Sunrise Kiss video. Have a problem and I have a solution. Today's topic is your area kitchen rugs. So I have these rugs and I bought them a long time ago, probably about 4 years ago. And I use them in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen a lot, as you know, with my cooking videos or cooking in general. I'm in the kitchen a lot. And the backing, the back gets all nasty and then they don't stick to the floor. So I was trying to think of what I can do about it. So I bought some shelf liner and I sewed it to the back of this rug. And I've been using this one. I have 3. So I tested one first. I've been using it a while and it works great. I bought a different size than this and it's 2. I stitched it right here, 2 pieces together, and then I sewed it to the rug. So the only problem that I had was I have an industrial sewing machine, but you can use a domestic sewing machine. I'm not going to tell you to do that. You need to test it, but I did read up on it, and I have an old Kenmore from the 70s that sewed everything in this whole wide world. I'm telling you, I sewed a lot of denim, a whole lot of denim, a lot of heavy things. The problem that I did have, if you can see, is I have corners that did curly cues. So I'm going to rip these out and restitch them. But I think that the reason they did that is when I was sewing, it was kind of bunching up. So I learned that I needed to hold it under the machine as I stitched it. So I'm going to rip that out and I'm going to restitch it, and I'll let you know how that works. Again, this has been washed lots of times. And I'm telling you, the reason I started trying to find a solution is because the rugs are so darn expensive. And I really liked these. I couldn't get them all again. Right now, they're not available. So this is why I did what I did, and I'm glad. Now, for the ones that do not have a sewing machine, I wanted to have a solution for you as well. So what I have done is I have done some research, but I haven't tried it, but I'm going to try it on this rug. I'm going to, never thought I'd be filming in my sewing room, but here I am. So I am talking to you now about the rug that I did first, that I told you about, that had the curly cue, the ends curled up some. I'm going to rip the stitching out. It's just this side. It's not the other side. The other side is beautiful, and I've been using it for probably a couple of months, and I have not had a problem with it curling up. I do believe this side is from the stitching being too tight. I told you that it was kind of gathering when I was stitching it. So I'm going to rip all of this out just on this side, and then I'm going to restitch it. So I'll be back. Okay, I have took all of the seam out for this part and this side. This is where it was curling up. So I'm going to stitch it. And I haven't had this machine long, so I'm kind of slow at it. And careful, let's move my little friends over. Okay. Try to line it up on your machine so it, you're sewing it at a good angle. It ends here, so I'm going to go back to about here. Like I said, I haven't used the machine a whole lot, so I'm a little slow. But what I want to make sure is I'm pulling back here so it's not curling up. I don't know if that was the problem, but we're going to see. I will tell you real quick, I had a really, really cool Singer, but it did not have the back stitch. This one has an actual walking foot, I'm sorry, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to back stitch here just a little, put the needle down, lift my little thing up, and turn it. Now, I tell you, I don't know if you can see, but it does look like it gathered a little. I don't know. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to pull it and stretch it right now. Okay, to just try to cut these off. So I need to make sure that I pull it when I can get under here. I have my stitch length at 6. I'm going to make sure, I hope you can see I'm pulling it back here. I also want to make sure that this is flat, because maybe I cut it too short, maybe I sewed it too close to the edge. Anything's possible, but we're going to try to fix it. Really, it was more the ends that were curling up. Like I said, we're going to try to fix it. I know you're not really supposed to pull it through, but I'm doing that just to make sure that it doesn't curl up. And they said this machine, do not be afraid of it. Work it rough. I don't work it rough. But anyway. Back stitch a little there, just a couple of times. Lift it up, turn it. Now it looks pretty flat, but we're going to find out. How far down do I need to go? Just a little bit more. Yeah, it's curling up. So I'm going to pull it. And I really think that's going to be it. So it does not look curly cute anymore, any longer. It looks pretty flat. So I'm going to say this one's fixed. I'm going to lay it back on the floor. Of course, it'll be washed again, because I wash these really often. We have dogs, but it's not really the dogs. It's me in the kitchen and cooking. I have flour on them right after I get them out of the wash machine and lay them down. They're dirty. But anyway, so I'm going to say this is fixed. Again, this is successful using the shelf liner for the backing to replace your rugs. Okay, I have laid the rug back down where it was. I have put the curly Q side that I was having problems with closest to me, and it seems to be laying flat. And I really am going to say that this fixed the problem. If it doesn't, you know that I will let you know that. This one I am going to sew on my domestic Kenmore machine. So I'm leaving extra, but the end, it was wrapped, it's a little not flat. So that's what I'm gonna cut off, but I'm gonna leave extra because I just want extra. You never know when you need the extra. Okay, so I'm cutting off about this much and still try to cut it straight, which is mostly the flat part. You know what? I want to make sure I get 5 inches because I want to be able to use it for something else, and I make those jar grippers, as I said, and I think they're 5 inches. So I want to make sure I have enough for that, right? I tell you, I try to use every little thing. So let me see if that will work. With an overhang. Remember, you got to have an overhang. That will work with overhang. So I'm going to bring this over and I'm going to cut down the dots to help me keep a straight line. And this will be good for 2 jar grippers. Okay. So now, even this out. And cut this down on one of the lines. This messes with my eyeballs, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go stitch this down the middle, and then I'm going to come back, pin it on the table, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'll take you with me to my sewing machine. Okay, I've stitched the seam down the middle. I did do a zigzag stitch. I don't know how important that is, probably not very. But, so now I'm going to pin it. And this side I'm going to do even. And just put these clips around it. And again, my point here is to share with you that the domestic sewing machine will stitch this. That's what I'm sharing with you with this. And it's not going exactly to the edge. That's okay. I'm just going to stitch it right there. It'll be on this side of the brown anyway, so let me center it a little better. So it's like that on both sides. You don't want to pull it too much. I mean, you can because of the seam, but you don't want it to pucker up when you're sewing it. The rug is a little wonky. But I still think it's going to be okay. So let me do this. I'm giving it some extra there. You might have to mess with it some. That's okay. It's cheaper than buying a new rug, man, I tell you. But yes, I do understand that you want it to lay properly as well. Can't really iron this seam because you'll melt it. So I'm glad it's doing this because we want to show you everything. For sure, for sure. That's why you got to leave the extra. Because you never know what you're going to have to do to make it straight. Flat, I should say, flat. Okay. I am going back and forth, and that's okay, because I want it to be right. And you don't want to force it either. Still a little on the wonky side. I'm going to keep moving it around. I'm just spreading that out a little bit. I said you can't really iron it. See if that looks pretty flat. And pull the rug too. I'm not going to pin that side yet. So I think I'm going to start on the side and then go down each side. Okay, so let me take you to my sewing room. Okay, don't judge me. I have lots of going on in my sewing room. Okay, so the big question is, will this Kenmore with a 16-inch needle stitch this onto the rug. So I'm going to put it under it. I'm going to bring the needle down and then put my thing down. I haven't used this machine in a long, long time. My other one is in the shop getting serviced. So I pulled it out. I did have to oil it. It was making a clanky noise. I'm going to adjust the stitch length all the way and then back a couple. So let's see. I am going to have to pull it through and put this. It will do it. I am pulling it through. I am pulling it through. I'm going to raise the tension up, the pressure foot tension. You didn't see me do that. Up here. I'm loosening the tension. I'm still pulling it through. I have the tension all the way up. I'm putting it a little bit down. Okay, I'm going to pull it through. I have the length, stitch length all the way, but it is pulling it through. It is stitching it. So I'm going to say that you can successfully stitch this on an on a commercial, personal sewing machine. I don't know what you call these. A home machine. I am pulling it through. But I'm not pulling it through very hard. I'm guiding it. I still want a little pressure on it, so I would go slow, but it is stitching it. Now I will trim this off once it's on there. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this whole project on this machine. Is what I would do. It doesn't feel like the needle's having any trouble whatsoever. I'm using 100% cotton thread. I don't know the weight. It's the thread I use when I make quilts. Okay, so I'm going to turn it. Again, don't judge any of my other mess because I have lots of projects going. This looked like it did pretty good. Again, I'll trim this excess off. I'm pulling it, and I'm gonna move the stitching to right inside here, so I can make sure I catch that. Just go slow. It's kind of cutting it close, catching this. And if it misses any, I'm just going to go back over and move the stitch over to catch it. But what we don't want to do is wrinkle it up. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just, like I said, I'm kind of pulling this just to make sure. And I do have it pinned or clipped. You got to have the clips for this. You have problems putting pins through this little booger. So far, it looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to take it out and look at it. And that one kind of got almost off, but to me, it's good enough. So if you come to something like this, right here is pretty close, even though, I mean, it did catch it. But if you come to one where it didn't catch it, just sew over it, like from here to here. I'll just do it so you'll see and put that so I know where to stop. It caught it, but it's kind of close. So I'm going to go to here where and I'm just going to stick it back under there. Drop your needle before you start sewing. And I'm just going to stitch it closer in. It's okay if you have a top stitch showing on the rug, because I don't think anybody's going to bend down and look at your rug saying, oh my gosh, you got a top stitch there. That will take care of that. It's way cheaper than buying new. So there's that. Okay, so I'm going to kind of look at it. See how that's going to line up. Think it's going to line up well. I'm going to stitch it on the top over here. If you have those, I used to have one, but I gave it away to the person that bought one of my machines, but it's a cover that you put over here when you're quilting, and it slides the fabric through. I don't know what you call it, because this is sticky and this is metal and it is kind of sticking to it, but it's okay. I see you, Waylon. Mommy's working. Mommy's working. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. This is what he does when I'm in my sewing room. I don't have an extra dog bed. Well, I have two, but I have two dogs. So I have a quilt that I lay on the floor for him. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm going to carry you to the kitchen and lay it on the floor and see how it lays. It is laying nice and flat, better than the first one that I did. So the only thing that I need to do now is trim the excess off. I'm going to trim the excess off, and there we have it. Yes, you can successfully sew shelf liner onto the back of an area rug for many more years of life with a domestic sewing machine. I used a 16 size needle. I used regular thread, 100% cotton, that I use for quilting. And I will tell you, it did not do the curly Q as it did when I was using my industrial machine. But, you know, I learned how to keep it pulled, but I really didn't have to pull much on this one. So I'm very, very pleased with the way that it turned out. This should last, your rug should last many more years. I wash them all the time on gentle cycle or delicate cycle, and I just hang them outside to dry. I just lay them over chairs, or we have a bench, whatever. So, and as you can see, it's Waylon approved. Right, baby? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I know most of my videos are cooking videos, but I do other things, and that I will share with you, such as this, that will save you money, make your life easier, and make your things last longer. Hit subscribe, like, and thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye. You're such a good boy.